Today is so special for me. I have really, really good news for you. I have Jody here with me. Jody, yes, from the Murphy Sam and Jody show. And y'all, this is such an honor for me. She and I have
It's
been
so
knowing
sweet.
each other a long time.
We
And
have
oh
at
my
least
gosh.
20 years,
Yeah, at
18.
least. Well, I think we met in 98.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And y'all, she is like one of my favorite people in the whole world. She has such a
Ditto.
big she has such a big heart, guys. When I tell you she's not only beautiful, but she has such a huge heart. She is very generous. She loves animals. She actually, yeah, y'all should see all her dogs. Oh my gosh.
Only three currently, Bridget.
But if she could, she would probably have more than three.
I will one day.
Yeah. And guys, so let me introduce Jody to you guys. So Jody is a host of a nationally syndicated radio show. And wow, I don't know how I can describe her better than she is the woman. She had
Every woman is the woman in her own life, though. We can talk about that if you want,
but
but
you're the woman in two men's life every day, every morning. And
yes.
yeah, and so she works with Murphy and Sam. And guys, let me tell you, they are just as wonderful as they are on radio.
Oh,
You
you're sweet
know,
for that.
oh goodness, when we're in the office, it's just like it's just like family, really.
Yes.
They'll pass by me and Murphy he's the more serious one out of the three of them, and he is just, hey,
This is
Bridget.
true.
It
Sam and
is
I act
true.
a fool, but Murphy's business.
Yeah, Murphy is business, but you know what, I think you're the only one that can get him to laugh. I really do.
Actually, Sam is the only one who could get him to laugh. Well, I'm second runner up to Sam in the laugh department. You know that's the truth. We're lucky to be blessed with chemistry,
Yeah, y'all really do have a
and we like
wonderful
each other.
chemistry.
We
Yeah,
like
and
working together, so
yeah,
that's
and
been a blessing.
Sam's humor is very dry, and so I love it. I absolutely love Sam's humor, and
Yeah.
so he picks on me all the time. So guys, not only do they work so good together, always have worked so good together, but they are like 5 years in a row. They
Mm.
are number one in a large market, and they've been nominated by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters. And I'm telling you, every year they go to this luncheon and they come back in the office with the trophy. I'm like,
I
oh
don't.
my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. We the last time we went, we're like, no, surely not five in a row, but we're just lucky and blessed for right
Oh,
now. It's not why we do what we do, but it's nice. It's very
and
exciting.
I think it's because of that. I think it's because y'all love what you do. And I
Yes.
remember during the last hurricane, we lost power here, and y'all were at the station, and this is every year for any type of hurricane,
Every
tornado,
hurricane.
whatever is going on, they're at the office, they're in the studio day and night, just giving us the news, right? They just
Well, the hurricane thing is kind of in broadcasting what you sign up for.
mhm.
Even when our kids were little, we would be here in this building where I'm sitting on the fifth floor, and this building gives and sways in heavy wind, and that is not a good feeling. When the storms really kick in,
I
you will
never
find me
realized that.
in the middle of the floor because you're not here, and I'm glad that you're not here. You wouldn't like that. I hope you're safely
Ah,
tucked away somewhere. And look, I feel safe enough in this building, or I wouldn't have done it all of these years. When
yeah.
our kids were very small, we would bring them with us, and we would put them, you know, somewhere safe in the middle with toys and all this kind of stuff. And
Now
it was crazy.
that's dedication. That's
Well,
dedication.
it's part of the job. I mean, it's part of the job. You sign up to be an on-air person, and there are times when the public needs you. You're a public service servant as much as you are an entertainer. And for hurricanes,
Mhm.
that's the job, I think.
And y'all do such a great job. I mean,
No.
I drove in because we had no electricity. I could not, the phones, remember the phones were even out the last hurricane. So I couldn't even reach the office to tell people, hey, I
Right.
can't work today. So I drove in to the office. And on my way in, you guys were on the air. And I just, you helped me get through it.
I hope
Y'all,
so.
yeah. And I was driving because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if
Sure.
there was going to be, trees down, whatever, water anywhere, but just you
Right.
guys being on air, just keeping me calm. And
Good.
I
I'm
was like,
glad to hear you say
yeah,
that because
yeah.
honestly, also during times like that, it's also, I say it's part of the job. It's not just to inform because you
Hmm.
probably have your phone to inform you now, but it's someone who can make you feel like
Hmm.
you're going to be okay. Someone
Hmm.
to make you feel, to be that human being to kind of hold
Hmm.
your hand through that.
Yeah, but like the phones were out. So
I
I
know
had
it.
the radio in the car. That's what I was listening to. And I was holding on because I knew Jody and Sam and Murphy was there, and talking me through this thing.
Good.
And so I made it to the office and felt really, really comfortable, knowing that you guys were there and just giving us all the good information, guiding us through the navigating through the roads.
Yes.
Y'all were getting all of that information in from the police and everything, and y'all were passing it to us. So
Yeah.
that was amazing. And guys, Jody herself was named personality in the
Mm.
225 magazine.
What's funny is I think it was all three of us.
It was all three of y'all.
I think so. I think once it was just me, but mostly, and I'm great with that. I'm part of an
Oh
ensemble.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
the
yeah. Y'all
lead,
go
but I'm part of
together.
an ensemble.
Yeah,
Yes.
y'all go together. So
I can't take
225
that credit.
magazine, 225 nominated them, and they won best personality for 2 years straight. So this is like cream of the crop here we
You're
talking.
sweet. We've been lucky. We've been lucky. Well, I will say we have worked really hard and we've worked through days where we didn't want to be doing it anymore. We've worked through times where
Mhm.
we were sick of each other.
Oh, I can't even
And
imagine.
oh, I know you can't, but it's true. I mean, I want you to imagine spending that much time with one person or two
Yeah, too.
all the time, no matter what.
I
It's not,
know.
it's not it is mostly fun and I love them. And we do have a very special chemistry that kicks off anytime we are together. In other words, if you sat down with the three of us at a table
Hmm.
for dinner or a lunch, it would be the same because when we three are together,
Uh-huh.
there is a certain energy, and when it's just the two of Murphy and myself, there's a
Hmm.
completely different energy. And the same with the two guys when I'm out.
And that was
You
one
know,
of my questions because when you and I seen each other at the office, well, so we see each other at the office all the time when I'm at the office, but we're running past each other. Mostly
yes,
Joe, mostly
it,
Jody running past me to get back to the studio. But we'll meet up and it's briefly, hey beautiful, how you doing today? You look gorgeous. She's my break girl. I always call her Breck, the break
oh,
girl, the
Breck.
hair. Yeah, remember the hair?
I remember now that you told me that once. I said, I guess I'll take that as
Yeah.
a compliment. I hope it's not.
Yeah, her hair is naturally red and it's
It is.
beautiful. If you would
Thank you
see
for
her,
that.
you'd be like, oh my gosh.
You
So
know,
we pass each other all the time, but we never have a sit down. So this is really
so
our
this is
first
our
sit
sit down.
down.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have
So
to
let's
come
go
out to our
deep.
podcast. We're going to go deep.
Let's go deep.
Okay. So I did ask you a question while you were running past, and I said, how is it to work with the person you go home with
Yeah.
off the air?
Uh,
And you were
I
like,
get that.
let's talk about
That's the number one
that.
question I get from girlfriends. Girlfriend, you need to know. It's true. That is the number one question I get. I don't think everyone could do it. I don't think it's for everyone. I do think because it works in a couple of reasons.
Okay.
Three reasons it works. Number one, we worked together first. We
Hmm.
worked together first. I knew him as Murphy first. this,
Mm-hmm.
manager guy who was super serious and all that, like you're saying.
He is.
And so I had a professional respect for him,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a professional respect for me at first.
Mm-hmm.
That's one reason it works, because we
Mm-hmm.
try to remember to stay in those lanes
That's really
when
good.
possible. I
Mm-hmm.
think number two, the reason it works is because it's fun. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm here right now in our studio. It was hours ago that we did our show for today. There's always
Mm-hmm.
work to be done though in a studio with production and things like that. But it's not like we're, running into each other all day. I haven't seen
Okay.
him since about 12 o'clock.
Okay.
And um anyway, he's been in his office working, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him for hours. There's a whole
Mm-hmm.
level that he handles business wise
Yeah.
that I'm not even a part of.
Mm-hmm.
So we do get breaks. We don't work together 10 hours a day. And I guess the third reason I would say it works is just a sort of mystery, because I can't tell you, because it's a lot. He gets a lot of me, I got a lot of him. Sam gets a ton of us and is probably saying,
You're gonna have to replay that part back to Sam.
he knows it. He knows this is nothing he doesn't know. But if you have a special chemistry with people you work with,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it, because all these things in life are fleeting. There will be a day
Yeah.
when we don't do this anymore, and it will be sad, but it will be right, because all things change. We've just
Yeah.
been
You're
lucky.
right.
We've been lucky. When I first took this job, I told my mother, I'll do this job for a few years and then I'll get a
Mm-hmm.
real job. I thought it would be 4 or 5 years of my
Mm-hmm.
life. And do you want to know how long I've been doing this?
Yes, please tell us.
You ready?
Ready.
25 years.
Oh my
In December.
gosh.
25
And guys, that's every day.
every day.
Every day. And now y'all are syndicated. So talk to
We
us
are.
about the syndication. How many stations
So
are you on?
currently today, we are on in 68 markets, 68 cities, and um, it's a blessing. We're excited about that. We first started self-syndicating in 2003.
Really? I didn't
It
realize it
was
was that long.
it was that long. I know that because Taylor was 2 years old,
Oh yeah,
and
we
she
gotta
was
talk about
sitting in that,
Taylor.
those little round bouncy things. I don't know why I'm calling it a bouncy. It's not a bouncy. It's like a saucer that you put
Uh-huh.
babies in when they can't
And
yet
they
walk,
bounce.
but
Yeah, yeah.
you just need a minute so that they can be occupied, and you put them in there. Sam came over to our house one day after the
Mm-hmm.
show, because Murphy and I had been whispering about this, talking about this,
Mm-hmm.
acting like it was
Mm-hmm.
a dream, but we knew we wanted to do it. We knew we didn't want to move. We wanted to
Mm-hmm.
stay where we were, but
Mm-hmm.
grow the show. We believed in the chemistry. We
Okay.
believed we could do it. And so I remember that meeting, and I say Taylor, because I remember having the discussion, the three of us, and Taylor was sitting in her
Okay.
saucer blowing raspberries at us and making lots of noise. And that's the day we decided to put together a demo and a media kit and start, calling around to anyone that we knew who might need a show like what we offer.
And
And that's how it
guys,
started.
they are absolutely wonderful and they're just all over the United States.
We're in a
And
lot of
so,
different places.
yeah,
Yeah,
y'all are. Y'all
we're
really
lucky
are.
for that,
And
right? It's a lot of work and it's some luck.
yeah, so it's a blessing that y'all are on because y'all give such good information and you really, it's like family. It's like when we sit
Yeah, we
down
are.
listening to you, we feel like we're part of your family.
I hope
And
so.
yeah, and
That's
talking
the
about that,
goal.
yeah, because you are a mother and
Hmm.
you are a wife, you are a daughter, and you
Hmm.
are a friend. And so, and we really feel that. And I know that you're a mother of two, uh, Phoebe and Taylor,
Taylor.
Tyler,
Hmm.
Taylor.
Hmm.
That's right.
Hmm.
And I know Taylor is she's in college, right?
Taylor is a junior in college now, and Phoebe is a senior in high school.
Yeah, and I see Phoebe playing the guitar.
Guitar. Hmm.
Yeah, she's really
Quite the.
good.
She's really good. They both are musical, but
Yeah.
Phoebe has been playing guitar a lot lately. She has her
Hmm.
first gig this weekend that's different than, well, she does play like coffee houses on the
Hmm.
weekend and things like that,
Okay.
but she's doing a wedding reception this weekend.
Oh, that's huge.
I know it is, and she'll do
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, she will. And then Taylor was more into the theater, right?
Very big
Yeah,
into
yeah,
theater and she still loves it. But what's funny is that she's so busy with school and works two
yeah.
jobs. She has a student job during the week and then she
Hmm.
works a wedding venue on the
Oh,
weekends.
wow. So she takes after mom and dad.
I guess so. Keep
Yeah,
busy, stay busy, keep your
that
life
is
full.
wonderful. Yeah. You and I talked about some things we could talk about today. And so we talked about social media. So when you guys first got started, social media was not a thing, right?
It was not a thing. And it is a thing now. And I know that a lot of people in media, probably a lot of people in radio, especially, have their struggles with it,
Hmm.
because they feel like what you just said. They feel like, well, I didn't have to worry about this
Yeah.
back in the day. That is not how I feel about it. I am
Hmm.
so grateful for it. It can pull you down rabbit holes and it
Yeah.
can feel overwhelming, but I'm so grateful for it because what if the only time I could reach our audience was in the morning? That used to be the case. It's not the
Yes.
case anymore.
You're right.
If I have something that I want to share, get off my chest or heart, or just
Hmm.
something funny or something personal that I think is
Hmm.
beautiful that I would like you to benefit from,
Hmm.
I could share it at 5 p.m. and it could reach you. That's
That's
a
right.
beautiful thing.
That is
And so
beautiful.
it's time for us, in the media to embrace that instead of feel like, it's another chore
Yeah.
because it's not, it's a gift.
It is a gift, but what you're doing also, especially when it comes down to podcasting, because they have people like myself in my closet, my studio,
Yeah.
that are amateur
So
podcasters, amateur, but that's how much stronger you are to be still in the position that you are in. You know
mm,
what I'm saying? To
mm,
be number one for the last 5 years
mm.
in a large market. So that's saying a huge, huge thing about the job that you guys are doing.
Thank you for that. We have that chemistry and we learn a lot every single day.
Hmm.
I learn all the time, especially with regards to social media. There's
Hmm.
no book, there's no roadmap about exactly how to do it best.
Hmm.
You just have to keep doing it and playing in that
Hmm.
space. It is a playground. And
Hmm.
what works today might
Yeah.
not work tomorrow because those guys, and I do mean the Zuckerbergs of the world and whatnot,
Hmm.
they change it up all the time because they can.
Exactly.
It's their platform. We're all just
Exactly.
playing in it. Right.
Exactly. And
So,
so, yeah, and it's so important that we have voices like leaders who've been in the business such a long time, who not only know the business, but you also know the feel of the people that you're
sure,
talking to. And that's a
sure.
difference. I think that's the difference because you have a community of people that listen to you daily
Hmm.
and they feel like you are family.
I want them to. That's the
Yeah.
point. That's the goal, or I wouldn't want to do this. I don't want to do this in any other way except for it to be real. That's why we
Hmm.
share our real life. When Murphy and I got in a fight about the garbage the night before, we share it the next day. I mean, because that's
It
that's
was
what
one
people want
argument y'all
anyway.
had, one argument y'all had, and I went into work and I laughed so much. I was
Uh,
like,
I would say, did you hear something here? Because
no,
we've had
not there.
arguments at work too.
No, you know what? I've never heard you guys
Hmm.
argue at work. I haven't.
It's because this is a studio. Sam's heard it a million. You can't hear it outside of these walls. Of course we have. Look, what we do is a collaborative effort,
Mhm,
and it's
mhm,
always harder to work in a collaborative environment
mhm.
than it is to work alone. You get to make all of your own decisions. Um, because you get to make all of your own decisions, whatever you think is
Exactly.
right if you're working for yourself. However, you lose that beautiful collaborative energy too.
Mhm,
So there are trade-offs. It's why I think working with these guys in a creative, collaborative environment, as long as I have been,
mhm.
I understand when I hear about bands breaking up. It's like, yeah, of course, they're sick of these same ideas and problems, and
Yeah.
they've lost their creativity, and they just need a breather. They need to see who else they are outside of these
Mhm.
walls. Like, I've
Wow.
been doing this for so long now, Bridget,
Hmm.
and it's such a thing where you give of yourself every day,
Hmm.
you know, of your personality and your
Hmm.
thoughts and your heart,
Hmm.
that I wonder how I will do when it does change. I wonder
Hmm.
where I will find myself. I've really tried hard to make this something I do and not who
Hmm.
I am, so that it doesn't catch me, like I don't have an identity crisis once Murphy Sam and Jodi closes its doors and we shut things down or whatever. Whenever
Hmm.
that is, I have no idea when that. We have no plans for that,
Yeah.
but it will happen as all things change. And I
Well,
just hope that
you're gonna,
I still know who I am.
yeah. Well, you're gonna write a book.
Uh, have you seen my writing? I don't know. I might just voice a book.
Yeah, we could do audio book. And so, what would you tell someone right now who would like to work in media? What would be some good advice for
The best advice for anyone who wants to work in any media, and that doesn't just mean TV and radio
them?
anymore, of course. It means online, it means what you're
Hmm.
doing, it means
Hmm.
anything that's out there. I think work on your storytelling.
Okay, that's good.
Storytelling is where it's at. You know, what we do in the morning for our morning show, like
Hmm.
podcasting, there are no rules really.
Mm-mm.
There are some good best practices and good ideas,
Yeah.
but what we do in the morning, we have about 3 seconds to grab your attention.
Wow.
Mhm. Before you turn, because you have all of those choices. That's why I am so grateful for people who choose to listen to us, because
Uh-huh.
we know you have a million other choices, not just radio, not television. You have all kinds of streaming services. You
Hmm.
have a
Hmm.
million things to choose from. So if you're choosing to spend time with me, I am so grateful for you, and I'm not going to waste your time. I'm hoping to get to my
Hmm.
point in 3 to 5 seconds.
Okay.
I'm hoping to have a beginning, a middle, and know when to get out. You know,
Wow. I
so
didn't
you need,
realize it
and
was that strict.
well, it's our show. We could do it how we wanted to do it, but we
Yeah,
believe
but
in
I'm
doing it
saying
that way.
that three to
Well,
five seconds to grab my attention. I didn't
yes.
realize it was that.
Think about when you pick up your phone, Bridget, and you're looking at, TikTok videos. Watch
Yeah.
what do you do? You go whoop, whoop,
Yep.
whoop,
Swipe,
dog,
swipe.
nope, not in the mood. Oh,
Yeah.
recipes, nah. That's how quick we're a society of that. And we're all making split decisions like that, and we
Hmm.
can now. I'm
So
not
you say
stuck listening to
storytelling,
I'm not stuck
storytelling.
listening to or watching anything that I don't want to.
You're right.
So work on your storytelling. Storytelling is about getting, get hooking someone in. If you have a great story about a dog and
Hmm.
a cat, you need to hook me in right away with something about you're not going to believe about
Hmm.
what this dog did to this cat. And then start telling the story. And storytelling is about being specific. It's a crisp $10 bill. It is a sweating glass of tea.
I
It is a
love that.
swirling hurricane. Storytelling is about being specific. Your hair is gorgeously blonde. Like,
Wow. Yeah.
so work on your storytelling.
I love that. And you know what? You're right. Because if I'm on TikTok, I'm all into the stories.
Right.
I'm all into them. And I'm
We're
like
all just,
watching one after
right.
the next.
We're all just looking for something to make us feel something,
Hmm.
something we can see ourselves in,
Yeah.
something we can identify with. We're all looking for that, whether it's
Yeah.
on our phones or on a screen,
Hmm.
you know, listening to a
Yeah.
podcast, you're listening for something that feeds you a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
thank you for that. And
Welcome.
we did a promo to promote this interview, and you
Yes.
did a talk to women. And I love that. I absolutely loved it the way you created this image of a strong woman that
Sure.
can work, have children, raise her children, and still
Yes.
have a career, a successful
Yes.
career. So, what
Yes.
would you tell a woman right now? Give her some advice on just being who she was created to be.
To ask for what you want. Be honest with yourself about what you want.
Hmm.
Get rid of shoulds. It doesn't matter what other people think that you should be doing. And I fought that in my own heart,
Hmm.
certainly earlier in my life. Um, and there was a part of me, I grew up in a very
Hmm.
traditional household and a very traditional family.
Hmm.
And especially the women around me were like, well, once you have children, you really should stay home and raise them.
Hmm.
And I gave, I give my all to my children when I'm with
Hmm.
them,
Yeah.
but I chose to have a career too that took me away from them
Hmm.
most mornings. And, we just found a way to make it work. It was the
And you
reason
know what?
Murphy built a
I've
studio
seen
in
it.
our
I've
house.
seen it. I have seen whenever the girls, when you would pick them up from school, if you had to run in for anything, your attention was on them. It really was. It was like, don't stop me. I'm headed home. I just ran in to get this. My
Right.
baby's
I
already
can't talk to you
there.
about your
Yep.
whatever.
Yep. I've seen it. So I'm a
Yeah.
testament that what you're
Yeah.
saying is true.
I mean, I think women and men, I think you can have it all. You just have to understand there are prices to pay. Your
Hmm.
house might not be picked up. You might feel exhausted sometimes, but you can have all the things that you
Hmm.
want. They're not easy, but you can have them. And I also learned quickly that it's quality time that I was able to give them. Look, these crazy early morning hours when they were babies and I was nursing, I was doing breaks in the morning and nursing and then coming back and doing breaks. And I was very stubborn about being the one to bring them to daycare. So I used to run in and out of the studio all morning. We would record ahead so that I could run to
Hmm.
daycare and run back.
Oh,
It was nuts and it wore me out. But I'm past that point now because Phoebe's
yeah,
driving.
I
So,
know.
but you need to know that you can do it. There are just sacrifices along the
Hmm.
way. And there's no shoulds about it. Like
Yeah.
that was my thing. It's like it took me my whole life to learn that I can do my life how I want to do it. And it doesn't matter. There may be, I don't know, there may be opinions in my family even. I doubt anymore. But opinions about the way I've done this. Well, I'm fine with the way I've done this. My kids are fine
And
with the way I've done
they're
this.
fine and they're beautiful and they're so creative and
They are.
they're very independent. You remember I used to say, "Oh, Phoebe with her leopard."
Yeah.
Was she still like her leopard?
You know what? She went through phases. She's not about leopard print anymore. Now she did wear a tiara for years to
Oh,
school.
really?
Do you remember
I
that?
didn't. No, I
I
don't remember
have
that.
is it a third grade picture or second grade picture of her for the school yearbook, and she insisted on wearing the tiara. And they called me from school. That the nurse called me. I'm sorry, the office called me. And they
Hmm.
said, "Look, Jodi, the school pictures are today." I'm like, "I know." And this is the picture that would go in the yearbook. I'm like, "I
Hmm.
know." And they're like, "She's got the tiara on." And I'm like, "I know." And she knows, and it's what she wants. And thank you for calling me to make sure I'm okay with it. I'm 100% okay with it. It's one
That
of
was
my
so cool.
favorite pictures ever. She is so proud of it. She's just like, "I'm a
And
princess."
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's who she is. She's very
Yes.
independent. And I
Yes.
remember her and Taylor being at the office, and Taylor, the big sister, was always taking care of Phoebe. It's just, yeah,
Do
I
you know they're
remember
still
all of
best
that.
friends, Bridget? They are still best friends
Oh,
to this day. We feel so lucky for that. I know that there are a lot of siblings that grow up and don't
yeah,
gel. Our girls have always been best friends. We are
and they
so
have been.
loving it. They
Yeah,
are.
and Phoebe, yeah, and whenever Phoebe had to go somewhere, Taylor was right there with her, making sure she was taken care of.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I love you so much.
I
And I
love you
really
too. I'm proud of
appreciate
you.
you.
I want you
And
to know I'm proud of you for
well,
this.
thank you.
For
Thank
just
you.
knowing that you have a lot to say, knowing that you somehow want to help people, and this is the way you're doing it is beautiful. You should keep doing it.
Well, I appreciate you taking time to be here with me.
Of course, gorgeous. You
You're
call me
gorgeous.
anytime. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much,
Okay.
Jodi. Murphy Sam and Jodi. Check out their website. It's